A lot of people think it's pretty crazy. So, and I still do. Oftentimes I think, why am I doing this? You know?
Hi, I'm Natalie flyGIRL Kelley, and I'm here with Ashley, who I met a couple of nights ago. And she has a very interesting position in aviation, and I always love to share stories about women that are involved in aviation and all the different things that women do in aviation. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing to this channel and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at flyGIRL Kelley, and you can hear about all kinds of stories of other women involved in aviation.
I'm Ashley Shelton, and I've been a Wingwalker for 2019 will be my 5th year to do it. I'm also a pilot. We live at a community airport in Oklahoma, and so we pretty much live and breathe aviation every day. It's involved in every aspect of our lives.
So when you say a wing walker, like you actually are on the wings of airplanes when they're doing all these little tricks.
Yes, I am.
What is that like?
So a lot of people think it's pretty crazy. So, and I still do. Oftentimes I think, why am I doing this? You know?
When you take off, are you on the plane outside or are you
outside
in
the airplane?
Okay, you are outside the plane.
Yes, In between the wings, there's a javelin that runs parallel to the fuselage, in between the flying wires and landing wires of the steerman. So I lay on that and take off. So there I'm able to stare right down at the runway and watch as we accelerate and then take off and wave toward the crowd. It's kind of like a best seat in the house sort of situation. But
I
don't
know if I could ever have the nerve to do it like that first time. How did you actually, first time, what was it like?
It was really scary actually, because we had done all the ground school. I had help, so we had the airplanes parked on the ground, did all the ground school, knew the steps, and then we went out to practice for the first time. So we went out north of our house. I think we climbed up to about 2,500 feet, AGL, and I stood up in the seat for the first time looking outside. I thought, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I mean, this is insane, death-defying almost, you know. And then I hooked my cable to the base of the rack, which we have mounted on the top, which is what I stand on. I climbed up there, put the belt on. Then I just looked out, and I mean, you could just see for miles. It's just as if you were literally flying. It's really, there's nothing else like it. We'll be going over 100 miles an hour through the air when I'm in between the wings. So he slows it down to about between 70 and 80 miles an hour, which is crazy. The wind on your whole body. It takes every amount of strength you have to just hold on. We perform, I don't know, between 15 and 20 times a year. That's pretty much our practice times also. We're so regular and routine about it that we may go out once before the air show season starts, just because we will go 3 or 4 months without a show. We'll go out and practice, and then we go to our first show. And then we're current from then on out, because we'll do at least 2 shows a month.
Okay. So are there other wing walkers that you know? Is it like a really small community and you know each other?
There are. I know at least 2 others personally, or at least through social media. One of them I've met in person. So there's not many of us left. So but we all have a very strong connection to it, a passion for what we do.
So you have your private pilot's license?
I do. I got that in June of this year actually, and I'm just about completed my instrument rating. And the goal is just to get through my ratings as quickly as possible to get to a flying job. And what flying job at the end of the journey, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go airline or corporate, or I'm not really sure.
What made you want to get your pilot's license?
Well,
or you had an interest in it, I guess.
Yeah, I had an interest in it. I had soloed. I had gone to a 141 school during the air traffic school. That was part of the requirements for them. And so I had been flying since about 2010. And then after that, after I graduated, I had kind of given up the flying. I was more, I wanted to be an air traffic controller at that time. And when I got on with the airport, then I started getting involved with airfield operations, and I really liked that. So that made it easier.
Some people in your family that were in aviation? But
no one. But my dad and I, when I grew up, he always had an interest in it. He was never a pilot, but I grew up building and flying model airplanes. So that was kind of the first real interest that I had in it. So
now you're working on your instrument rating. How's that going?
It's going. It's really challenging. It's so much information. It's so humbling too.
Any advice or anything you want to say to young girls maybe interested in getting into aviation somehow?
I would just encourage you, if you have the interest, to get involved in it just as quickly as you can. I'm 32 years old, and I'm essentially actually just starting my flying career, which there's a pilot shortage. You know, it's actually at a crisis level right now. So I would just encourage you to get involved. And even if you're not old enough to fly, there's all sorts of things to get involved in with either like your local aviation community chapters like the EAA or even the 99s, Women in Aviation. There's all sorts of things you can get involved with. Social media groups, you know, building contacts. There's so many things you can get involved with early and get a lot of advice on even the best route to go through training or whatever.
Well, tell people where they can find you on the
they can find us on Facebook or Instagram. Greg Shelton Air Shows. So you can just find us there. And we're very active. I do all of our social media. You know, do what you love, because when you're 80 years old, you don't want to look back and say, you know what, I wish I would have at least tried that.
Right.
So no regrets. No.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was really nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
There's things going on.